G'day again. This is the third crop report for the 2020 season. We're heading into a period where the harvest will begin. Hasn't quite started yet. We've seen some, small quantities of early varieties trickle into the factory, but nothing of volume to note. The last 2 weeks since the previous report, we've actually had quite a bit of wet weather, especially around the whole of Australia, some severe storms and heavy rain around the east coast of Australia. But in the growing region, we've had 2 or 3 stormy days where most properties experienced up to 10 mil of rain. In a normal year, that would be a great concern, but seems to have washed the dust off the fruit, and surprisingly, we've seen no damage from that rain. If anything, it's been beneficial to the vineyards themselves and the health of the vine. So I'll take you through the varieties and where they're at now. We're getting to the exciting stage with the Thompson variety. This is obviously our main variety still at this stage. You can see the colour of these bunches is starting to move towards that more golden yellowy colour, which if we avoid any poor weather conditions, these will hopefully dry as a nice light sultana. The weather we had in the last 2 weeks, the rain, it can get inside the bunch here and really create some issues around the top of the berry there, and that's where you can get the issues with mould. But see, there's absolutely nothing wrong at all with that berry, so we've escaped any damage from the rain, and the sugar levels are around 20-22 bricks, so we want to move up to that above 20, 22 to 24 is a ideal maturity to start the harvest, to get some good weight in your fruit. More is obviously better, but that's where we'll be over the next few days, hence the harvest is about to start. But you've got some nice clean fruit. We've got absolutely zero damage through a lot of these blocks, which is really exciting, especially with the weather we've experienced this growing season. Some muskets are looking great. There's a lot of fruit on the vines, as we see every year with these loose bunches. Berry size is starting to increase, and they're about 3 weeks away from optimum maturity before we cut. So some muskets look good. Sunglow variety is recovering quite okay. You can see here, this is the variety that suffered most from that heat damage. There's it's filtered through, but as we've talked about, the rest of the berries are filling out the bunches, and we'll still get a decent crop of fruit out of here, and even maybe some light fruit. You come back here and you can still see this bunch is basically destroyed. So unfortunately it could have been better, but not an absolute disaster for the Sunglow. Currants continue to sugar up and colour up, so they're getting into that darker reddy burgundy colour. There's still a fair bit of green on the back of bunches, especially in heavy crops like this. When you shake the wire, you really can see how much weight some of these crops have on the trellis, which is quite amazing. This is really what you want to achieve to get your 10 to 12 tonnes per hectare, which is the sustainable level for a dried fruit grower in Australia. So that ends this report. In summary, everything's looking great at this stage. We've recovered from the heat damage. We've got through a couple of wet days in the last 2 weeks, and actually the forecast for the next week at least is for these really great hot, dry, clear days, which is perfect for dried fruit. We're about to start cutting Thompsons in the next week, week or two will be where the main activity for the harvest starts. So from the next report onwards, you'll start to see some real progress in terms of the quality we're going to receive this season. So from me, until next time, it's bye for now.